Welcome, family, friends, graduates, faculty, and staff to Bowie State University's 2017 Commencement Ceremony. Would you please all stand for the posting of the colors?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. One more time. Good morning. Before we begin, I need your silence. I need you to stop catcalling, hollering out names. I want you to save that energy for the conferring of the degrees. Amen? What did I just say? Please let us do the solemn portion of the commencement out of respect for all the parents that have spent all this money on you. Amen? President Burnham, you're so disobedient. President Burnham, with your permission, I declare the spring commencement open. President Burnham, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, these are our honorees of the hour. Please let's salute all the graduates. You will not let the commencement proceed. At this time, we'll remain standing for the national anthem and one verse of Lift Every Voice and Sing. I would like the men to follow my lead. I would like you to remain standing and follow, as tradition, our presiding officer, the 9th president of Bowie State University, Dr. Mickey L. Burnham. Dr. Burnham.
Good morning. We gather this morning with heavy hearts. Our planned purpose was to celebrate the achievement of some 650 new Bowie State University graduates. This is still our task, but we do so with great sadness because one of our graduates, in the prime of his life, has fallen victim to an unprovoked assault, and yet one more manifestation of the senseless violence permeating our society. Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III was tragically taken from us this weekend. Being a father and a grandfather myself, I feel the deepest sorrow for what his parents and those who knew and loved him must be going through. I'm praying God's comfort for his family and for all of us who are in mourning. We've received messages of condolence for our loss and outrage for the act of violence from numerous people who wanted us to know that they stand in solidarity with our university community as we deal with our loss. These include President Wallace Lowe and many members of the University of Maryland community. MHEC Secretary James Felder, Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford, Congressman Steny Hoyer, and many others. Let us pause now in a moment of silence and contemplation of what each of us might do to promote greater peace, harmony, and love that seems to be so lacking in our country and our world today. Let us pause for a moment of silence, centering, prayer, reflection, as we remember the life of our fallen bulldog, Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III. Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2017 Spring Commencement Convocation of Bowie State University. We are pleased that all of you have come to share in this very special occasion. In honor of this occasion, and so that everyone might enjoy the event to the fullest, we ask that you observe the occasion with appropriate solemnity and dignity. I now present to you Gary Attman of the University System of Maryland Board of Regents to extend greetings. He will be followed by Chancellor Robert Corrett, the University System of Maryland. Chancellor Corrett, in turn, will be followed by Senior Class President Yasmin Jordan and Graduate Student Association President Ramona Morant, both of whom will also bring greetings. Mr. Attman.
Ladies and gentlemen, university officials, special guests, including Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford, family and friends, and most importantly, our graduates of the class of 2017. Good morning. It is a pleasure to extend best wishes from the Board of Regents of the University System of Maryland on this tremendous day. For those of you who are not familiar with us, the Board of Regents oversees the 12 universities and research centers which encompass the University System of Maryland, and a very prominent member of our university system is your grade school, Bowie State University. This is a very exciting day, But as President Burnham mentioned, our joy is tempered by thoughts of the tragic passing of your classmate, Richard Collins, this weekend. On behalf of the entire Board of Regents and every part of the university system, I want to express our sincerest condolences to Richard's family and the entire Bowie State community for his senseless death this weekend. As a university system, we abhor hatred and violence, and we mourn the loss of an irreplaceable, bright young life that had so much promise. We are honored to be joined by our system CEO, Chancellor Robert Corrett, today, and he will also share some thoughts on these events during today's program. On behalf of the entire university system, I would like to thank all of our esteemed faculty and staff for all that you do, and particularly to recognize Bowie State's president, Dr. Mickey Burnham. As we all know, today is Dr. Burnham's final commencement as president of this wonderful institution. For the past 11 years, Mickey's leadership, vision, and boundless energy have enabled Bowie State to grow physically, academically, and in service to the community. The impact of his leadership will continue well into the future. And it is particularly fitting that Dr. Burnham is serving as our keynote speaker today. Throughout his 30 years in higher education, he has accumulated so much experience and wisdom, and it will be an honor to hear his insights and advice as he shares his parting words with us. Let's give him a hand, folks. But I'm sure that Dr. Burnham would insist that the real stars today are our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly an honor to be here to recognize and congratulate you, the graduating class of 2017. Pursuing an education is a formidable challenge no matter what the circumstances, and many of you, particularly the graduate students, had the added challenge of pursuing your degree while also balancing a job or a family or both. That is truly an amazing feat, so congratulations. Today, I would encourage you to celebrate this accomplishment with the friends and family who have supported and encouraged you through this challenging and life-changing college experience. And as you begin the next phase of your life, and those phases that follow it, please stay in touch with us and keep your relationship with this university alive. Get involved with the Outstanding Alumni Association, update your favorite members of the faculty, and continue to study here for advanced degrees and a lifetime of education. It is our hope that this great university will be at the core of your lifelong experience. Once again, congratulations to all of you, and please know that the entire University System of Maryland family wishes you all the best in the years to come. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bob Corrett, Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and I'm proud today to share this occasion with Lieutenant Governor, Regent Atman, President Burnham, all the members of the Bowie State community and family, and especially you, the class of 2017. Long before the members of today's graduating class were born, then Senator Robert Kennedy traveled to South Africa to speak at the University of Cape Town. The year was 1966, and at that time, South Africa existed under apartheid, a grotesque system of racial tyranny. That day, Robert Kennedy, our former Attorney General and the brother of our fallen president, delivered what is known as the Ripple of Hope speech, in which he told his South African audience, "Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lots of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope." Commencements, almost without exception, are events that abound with excitement, good feelings, and hope. But it is clear that we gather today, heartbroken by the murder of one of our very own, someone who by any rational measure should be with us today, Richard Collins III. On behalf of the University System of Maryland and our 12 campuses, please allow me to extend my deepest condolences to Richard's family and friends, and to his teachers and classmates. All of Maryland mourns the loss of this exceptional young man. As a father and a grandfather, as a lifelong educator, and simply as a human being, I find it difficult to accept that an act so despicable and debased could actually occur. We must continue to do everything in our power to make sure that no family will ever again endure the suffering that the Collins family is experiencing right now. So as we move forward from this day, if we each strive to be the best possible versions of ourselves, just as Richard was no doubt the best possible version of himself, we will take a step towards honoring his life and his memory and making this world a little bit better than it is at the moment. And the fact is, as graduates of Bowie State, you'll be ideally positioned to just do that. Today you graduate from an exceptional institution, a university with an outstanding faculty, a university with world-class academic programs, a university committed to excellence in the education of its students, a force for cultural and economic development, and a leader in providing vital community services. Thanks to the leadership of President Burnham and the Bowie State team, today Bowie State University represents that which is best about public higher education in this country. It has provided you with a bridge to your future, a future full of adventure. No matter what direction your life now takes, your education here has prepared you well for it. And so I ask that you take what you learned here, what you've gained here, help make the community around you and the world around you a better place. Continue to learn and work diligently as individuals and together to make yourselves, your families, your communities, our campuses, this country and this world wiser and more inclusive. Work to send forth a tiny ripple of hope. Thank you, family, friends, and graduates. It's an honor to be here with you today.
Oh my gosh, you guys don't know. It took a lot to get here. Whew. In the words of a hood scholar, who would have thought a little Negro from the Ville could get a deal? Jada, Jalen, Natasha, who would have thought little girls from Baltimore could ever get this far and get a college degree? Good morning and greetings to President Burnham, Provost Jackson, honored guests, esteemed staff and faculty of the illustrious Bowie State University, family, friends, loved ones, and most importantly, welcome to the graduating class of the Spring 2017 of Bowie State University. Whew. It is with true honor and dignity that I present myself, Yasmin Jordan, as your senior class president. I'm not trying to cry, y'all. Dream. A verb is defined as to contemplate the possibility of doing something. The Black scholar Langston Hughes once wrote, "What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun or fester like a sore then run? Does it stink like rotten meat or crust and sugar like a syrupy treat? Maybe it sags like a heavy load or does it explode?" Graduating class of 2017, we are witnessing the realization of a dream. It was the one that lulled your ancestors' mind as they gazed to the stars to escape from a life that they were forced to live. It was the one that you saw as you read the letter of acceptance into Maryland's first Black institution. It was the vision that popped into your parents' head as they said their last goodbyes to you when you stayed for the overnight session of NSO. But something happened. At one point in time, we have stopped dreaming. Whether it was the environment that we were or are currently in, a series of classes that made you contemplate if a degree was possible, or is it the balance between reality's needs and the journey of one's self-actualization? Our childlike wonder withered, and a seed of pessimism grew into goals that were made to assist in your survival. There are many factors that hinder a young woman or a young man to dream. The bias, self-preservation of leaders who believe their work should be recognized, but they forgot whom they serve and they represent. Or the insensitivity of the talented 10th adopting the mantra of, "I got mine, now you have to get yours." However, majority of the time, it is the inner demon of insecurity that makes us question our own adequacy. At this precise moment, many of us are sitting in this very ceremony, wondering where life is going to take us and if we enjoy the ride. Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of 2017, for us as a people, a generation, and as a new addition to the HBCU alumni family, it is imperative for us to dream, because within our dreams, eras will be born, businesses will be created, policies will be reformed, and bodies will be healed if you only dream. If we dream, hypotheses can turn into theories. Children can be educated, and the black dollar will recycle 10 times over in its own community. And court cases that determine the funding of our black institution will be ruled as a right instead of a privilege. If you only dream. But what happens if you do not dream? It is something that cannot easily be put aside or forgotten. The dream can dry up, but the essence of the possibility of the fruition of the dream will linger like your grandmother's perfume on a humid summer morning. The wound of the abandoned project will rise and infect you and cause you to limit yourself and potentially kill the woman or man that you are destined to be. To exile the possibility of that person carrying your family name will leave your mind on repeat wondering, what if I would have told him how I really felt? So I say to you, the graduating class of 2017 of the illustrious Bowie State University, the days of casting aside your dreams are over. Embrace the dream that you have created, and in the mindset of Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Thank you.
Good morning. Greetings, President Burnham, First Lady Burnham, Board of Regents, platform guests, faculty, friends, alumni, and the honorees of the hour, class of 2017. Let me start by saying, the Bible says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." My thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends of our own Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III. I pray that God will bless and give us the strength to get through this very difficult time. To my family in Section 114, I thank you for all your support, your push, your love, and most of all, your prayers. Class of 2017, we are here. We have made it. As Fantasia said, we made it. We have accomplished another milestone in our lives. Whether doctoral, master's, or baccalaureate, this commencement ceremony is a major step in our journey of life, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. We all have worked hard to get to this day. I know I did, so it's not going to go in vain. But think about it. This graduation is not an end goal. It is instead a part of the journey. It may have been a short journey or a long journey. However, wherever your journey takes you, let it take you somewhere. Life as we know it or have heard is a journey, and all accomplishments or even roadblocks during this course should be absorbed as starting points towards your future and nourishments for your soul. Don't stop here once we pick up those degrees following this ceremony. Keep going, keep growing. After all, life is about growing, a collection of experiences. And receiving our degrees today gives each of us new opportunities to continue upon our journey of growth. Let's carry those new skills that we have learned at Bowie State University for the rest of our lives and into our future. Graduation has already shown us how capable we all are of accomplishing our goals when we commit ourselves. Therefore, take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is possible when you put your mind, body, and soul to it. As we continue on our holistic journeys, let us take new challenges on with confidence, knowing that we have and will achieve great heights and are equipped with the necessary tools to tackle, shape, and embrace our futures. The road ahead may not be easy. There will be obstacles. There will be missed exits, potholes, and the unpredicted twists. There will be times when we may feel frustrated or even feel alone, but do not give up. Find your inner inspiration and know that you are never alone. We've made it this far, so why go back now? Nothing worthwhile is easy. Push onward and forward because we know we can achieve our goals and what we believe in, all because we are worth it. From this day on, let us make decisions with our best interests. Let us believe in ourselves, that we achieve our goals and our leaders and successors. Let us be the best that we can be in order to live fulfilling lives and make our ancestors and loved ones joyful and proud. We are here. Now it's time to leave our footprints and walk the next steps in our journeys of life. Therefore, class of 2017, I leave you with this scripture, James chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised those who love him. One of our, as Dr. Briscoe would say, one of our angels has received his crown. Now it's time to receive yours. Congratulations, class of 2010, and push forward.
Thank you, Regent Atman, Chancellor Corrett, Ms. Jordan, Ms. Morant. Now we will have special recognitions from Attorney and Executive Vice President Karen Johnson Shaheed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to recognize the following constituencies that are celebrating with us today this 2017 Spring Commencement Convocation. First, I want to recognize the First Lady of Bowie State University, the wife of our president, Mrs. Lavera Levels Burnham. She's joined by the Burnham son and daughter-in-law, Adrian and Kim Burnham. I want to also recognize my colleagues who serve on the President's cabinet. Dr. Carl Brockenbrow, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Our Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Artie Travis. Our Vice President for Institutional Advancement, Dr. Richard Lucas. Our Vice President for Information Technology, Mr. E. Wayne Rose. And our Director of University Relations and Marketing, Ms. Cassandra Robinson. We want to recognize our outstanding faculty. Will all the BSU faculty please stand? Will all of our outstanding alumni who are here please stand to be recognized? We want to also recognize our dedicated staff. Will all staff please stand to be recognized? And we want to recognize and thank the members of the Commencement Committee. Will you all please stand or wave? Commencement Committee members. We're honored to have with us also the chairperson of the Bowie State University Foundation Board, Mr. Glenn Mahone. And we're delighted to have several elected officials with us, starting, of course, with the Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, the Honorable Boyd Rutherford. From the Maryland General Assembly, alumna and Delegate Susie Proctor. From the 4th Councilmanic District, from the Prince George's County Councilmember Todd Turner. Also joining us from the Bowie City Council, 4th District Councilmember Isaac Trout. We're also pleased to have representatives joining us from United States Senator Ben Cardin's office, Mr. Ryan Middleton, and from Senator Chris Van Hollen's office, Ms. P.K. Owusu. And lastly, and most importantly, will all the parents, guardians, spouses, grandparents, and significant others of the class of 2017 please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Shaheed. The University Choir will now present for your hearing enjoyment, Remember My Song, under the direction of Dr. Merrill Mulholmes. Thank you, Dr. Holmes and the University Choir. I am pleased at this point to present the Presidential Medal of Excellence today to Civil Rights Advocate Mr. Ernest Green. Mr. Green, please join me here at the podium. Whereas Mr. Ernest G. Green, please, let us have your attention. Whereas Mr. Ernest G. Green was the first African American to graduate from Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1958. As a member of the Little Rock Nine, who braved intimidation and threats to integrate the school as the world watched. 3 years after the landmark U.S. Supreme Court ruling desegregating public schools. And whereas in one of the defining struggles of the American Civil Rights Movement, Mr. Green entered Central High School with the Little Rock Nine after President Dwight D. Eisenhower ordered federal troops to escort them, ending the efforts of Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus to use the National Guard to turn them away in direct defiance of the federal government. And whereas Mr. Green and the other Little Rock Nine members were awarded the Spingarn Medal from the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People and the Congressional Medal of Honor, the Congressional Gold Medal, one of the nation's highest civilian honors by President William Clinton in 1999, and whereas after earning a bachelor's and master's degrees from Michigan State University, Mr. Green directed the A. Philip Randolph Education Fund and served as Assistant Secretary in the Labor Department under President Jimmy Carter, before working in the private sector as a Senior Managing Director for the investment firm Lehman Brothers. And whereas Mr. Green's courageous actions to integrate and graduate from Central High School paved the way for desegregation of all public schools and expanded educational opportunities for all. Now, therefore, be it known, for all these reasons, and to add Bowie State University's recognition to this most impressive list, I am pleased to confer the Presidential Medal of Excellence upon Mr. Ernest G. Green. In doing so, we extol the achievements of this great civil rights foot soldier and commend his example to all who would take a stand for what is right for the betterment of mankind. Be it further known that a copy of this citation of excellence will be presented for filing in the archives of Bowie State University for the enlightenment and encouragement of all. Done this 23rd day of May, Anno Domini, 2017. For these reasons, I call him forward to receive the Bowie State University Presidential Medal of Excellence. Okay, you might have to take that mortarboard off. All right, well, let's pose for the camera. Where is the camera? Okay, let's move over here.
I am pleased to present the Presidential Medal of Excellence today to the First Lady of Bowie State University, Mrs. Lavera Levels Burnham. Mrs. Burnham, would you please join us on the stage? This reaction is just what we hoped for. Whereas Lavera Levels Burnham has served as Bowie State University's First Lady since 2006, when Dr. Mickey L. Burnham became the 9th president, distinguishing herself as an exemplary advocate for students, a community leader, and a woman of grace and elegance. And whereas, alongside President Burnham, Mrs. Burnham has encouraged student engagement and personal growth by hosting student leaders in their home for discussions on leadership and current issues, as well as hosting book discussions and social events on campus. And whereas she has been an ardent supporter of student arts programming and an enthusiastic cheerleader at countless student athletics events, especially those for women's sports, always urging students to pursue excellence. And whereas Mrs. Burnham enjoyed diverse professional experiences over the past 30 years to include positions in auditing, banking, financial administration, and contract management. And whereas her professional career prepared her to excel in community service and leadership roles, including serving as board chair for the Reed Temple Christian Academy, a volunteer tutor with the ARP Foundation Experience Corps, a volunteer in the Prince George's County Public Schools, and a volunteer in the Maryland General Assembly. And whereas Mrs. Burnham is a kind spirit who has been a model of excellence and service for countless Bowie State University students, faculty, staff, and alumni, always ready with a welcoming smile and word of encouragement. And whereas for more than a decade, Mrs. Burnham has worked tirelessly to advance the mission of Bowie State University and to elevate its standing in the higher education community. Now, therefore, be it known for all of these reasons, and to add Bowie State University's recognition to this most impressive list, on behalf of President Burnham, I am pleased to confer the Presidential Medal of Excellence upon Mrs. Lavera Levels Burnham. In doing so, we extol the achievements of this great servant leader and commend her example to all who would use their talents and abilities for the betterment of mankind. Be it further known that a copy of this citation of excellence will be presented for filing in the archives of Bowie State University for the enlightenment and encouragement of all, done this 23rd day of May, 2017. For these reasons, I call her forward to receive the Bowie State University Presidential Medal of Excellence.
I am pleased now to present a Bowie State University honorary degree to Mr. Timothy J. Adams, a distinguished business and community leader. Mr. Adams, please join me at the podium. Whereas Mr. Timothy J. Adams has distinguished himself as President and CEO of System Application and Technologies, Inc., SATEC for short, a progressive and steadily growing professional services firm which he founded in 1989. And whereas Mr. Adams used his superior business acumen to grow SATEC from a firm with only a few small defense contracts to a multi-million-dollar diversified company with one of the nation's largest privately held minority-owned businesses. And whereas under his leadership as a former chair of the Bowie State University Foundation Board, the university's endowment increased to more than $6 million for student scholarships. And whereas he has led SATEC to garner numerous honors, including being named one of Washington Business Journal's top 100 privately held companies in the United States, and one of Black Enterprise's top 100 industrial services Black businesses in the nation. And whereas he has been recognized as a champion of diversity-based businesses, including being named as one of the top 100 African American leaders in America by the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce and an inductee into the Maryland Chamber of Commerce's Hall of Fame. And whereas he has dedicated his time, talents, and financial support to several organizations, including serving as chairman of the Privatization and Procurement Council for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, president of the Maryland State Black Chamber of Commerce, and board member of the University System of Maryland Foundation. Whereas Mr. Adams is an astute businessman and generous philanthropist whose efforts have touched the lives of people in Maryland and around the country. Now, therefore, be it known, for all these reasons, Mr. Timothy J. Adams superbly exemplifies the qualities represented by the honorary degree and is one deemed worthy to receive this honor. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and the University System of Maryland, I do hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Be it further known that a copy of this honorary degree citation will be presented for filing in the archives of Bowie State University for the enlightenment and encouragement of all. Done this 23rd day of May, Anno Domini 2017. For these reasons, I call Mr. Adams forward to receive the Bowie State University Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters.
Mickey Burnham's lifelong journey in higher education reminds us of the importance of persistence, a theme reinforced in Langston Hughes's poem expressing that sentiment. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, higher education leader par excellence, Mickey L. Burnham, president of Bowie State University. Dr. Burnham has a long and impressive history in higher education. A native of Teague, Texas, Dr. Burnham earned his bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of North Texas and a doctorate from the University of Wisconsin at Madison. He previously served as chancellor at Elizabeth City State University. He's also served as provost and vice chancellor for academic affairs at North Carolina Central University Early in his career, he worked as Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs at the University of North Carolina and as a staff economist at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. He began his career in higher education as a faculty member at Florida State University. Graduates, when you leave Bowie State University this afternoon, you will enter a world that yearns for your presence, your skills, your passion, and your engagement. The world needs you to be the change agents we have prepared you to be, so that others may succeed as you have. I cannot imagine a better source of inspiration for that journey than our speaker, President Burnham. When describing his father during the recent retirement gala, Adrian Burnham used perhaps the most appropriate descriptor. Adrian noted Dr. Burnham as the Tim Duncan of higher education leadership. For those of you unfamiliar with Tim Duncan and professional basketball, Tim Duncan was a graduate of Wake Forest University and played professional basketball with the San Antonio Spurs for 19 years. He was a consummate professional who left it all on the court. He performed with pride, professionalism, and class. He was never preoccupied with seeking accolades or public adulation. He simply went about his job and performed it in the most excellent way. In like manner, Mickey Burnham has enjoyed a career of 30-plus years replete with persistence, consistency, passion, professionalism, and excellent execution. Along each step, he has not been caught up in doing his job for personal aggrandizement. Under Dr. Burnham's leadership at Bowie State, we've been focused on providing the necessary resources, physical, financial, human, and even spiritual, to prepare students for life. He has transformed this university as a place where students can, in fact, find strength and take pride. Both Chancellor Corrett and Board of Regents Chair Jim Brady have observed that President Burnham was a class act. In fact, he's been very careful in his instructions to all of us planning this convocation. He wanted to make certain that this is about you, the graduates, not about him. And so he will probably chastise me later for making any reference to his retirement. However, that is one I'll have to take for the team. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased as punch to welcome to this podium our 2017 commencement speaker, President Mickey L. Burnham.
Thank you, thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Provost, thank you for that most kind and generous introduction to Dr. Adams, Dr. Green, to all of our distinguished platform guests, to our outstanding faculty, to the staff of Bowie State University who are present, First Lady, Bowie State University, to the family members and supporters of our graduates, and most of all to the class, the spring class of 2017. I appreciate this opportunity. And let me say right up front, this was not my idea, so Dr. Jackson and the cabinet are to receive the blame for this. They suggested that I might cherish such an opportunity, and certainly I do. This is perhaps the last time that I will have a chance to speak before a graduating class at Bowie State University, and it certainly is the last time I'll have a chance to do it as your president. And so it is with great humility that I treat this as a very special honor and opportunity. As I think about this, I'm reminded of an experience that I had as an undergraduate at what was then North Texas State University. There was something called the Last Lecture Series, wherein faculty members were selected to make a presentation to the campus, and they were to think about the presentation as if it represented the last lecture they would ever give. And so that conveyed the notion of importance and helped one to focus on delivering a message, perhaps, which would be valuable to those who were receiving it. And that's how I've thought about this opportunity today. What is the most important message that I could give you so that I will not have squandered this special opportunity? Now, I'm not flattering myself by suggesting that I am some sort of sage with untold wisdom to impart. The fact is, I've been blessed to live some 68 years, and have had a 41-year career in higher education, 31 of which have been as provost, as chancellor, and as president. I thought that 2 or 3 people might actually be interested in hearing what I have to say, and that 1 or 2 might actually benefit from it. So that possibility alone prompts me to give this opportunity my very best shot. Graduation marks the beginning of a new season of life for practically every one of you. I'm thinking back to my own graduation from college, which was on a Friday, January 30th, 1970. I had decided to graduate early after 3.5 years because I was in love and wanted to marry my high school sweetheart. In fact, on January 30th, 1970, I was starting a new job on the following Monday, but I was getting married the next day on January 31st. So where would this lead? What was in store for me? I knew at that time that I wanted to be a professor of economics, but I couldn't quite see a clear path on just how to get there. It was both exhilarating and it was a bit scary. So I asked myself, what do I know now that would perhaps have been comforting or reassuring or at least instructive to know then what I know now? And so with that as my guiding question, I will share with you 3 of what I believe are the most significant lessons I've learned along the way, in hopes that they might be helpful to you. First lesson, learned from my dad. I learned to think ahead, to plan. Dad was always thinking about what he wanted to accomplish and what he needed to do to accomplish it. Of course, his problem was he didn't always share those plans with people who should have been informed. My wife tells me I'm guilty of the same thing at times. Dad began, as an example, to invest in tax-sheltered annuities early in his career, so that at the time of his retirement, he was able to take care of his family. And in fact, though he passed away a couple of years ago, we're still using his investment to take care of my mother. It shows what planning did for him. Dad was a basketball coach, and before games, he planned strategies and developed game plans for his basketball team's opponents. And then the final example is that both Dad and Mom gave my sister piano lessons because they determined that she had musical talent. Realizing that I didn't have any talent, decided that they would give me typing lessons. I guess something for the boy to do. Well, I did have a plan. I learned that from Dad. My plan was to work for a while and then to go to graduate school to pursue a PhD in economics. And so I ask you graduates, what is your plan? I can't tell you what it should be. That's something you have to determine for yourself. What I can tell you, however, is that it should be a plan that provides a chance for you to have a life of significance. Life is a precious gift. No one knows how long he or she will be able to hang on to it, and so you don't want to waste any opportunity. Second lesson, learned as a schoolboy. I learned also from my dad the value of always striving for perfection. I can remember sharing an experience with him exuberantly when I was in the 4th grade. I had taken a math test, and it just so happened that my grade on that math test, that 4th grade math test, was the highest grade that any student received that day. I was one proud fella. Went to my father and said, "Dad, I got the highest grade on the math test." He looked at it and shook his head, and he said, "Son, you didn't have a perfect score. You missed a couple of questions." My balloon was deflated at that point. But I learned from that to always strive to do my very best. That was defined as perfection, doing the very best that I could, no matter what other people did. Since I didn't know what my ability was, then I needed to strive for perfection as I understood it. And so that was the second lesson, to always strive for perfection. The third lesson is this: one's most significant personal growth is likely to come through a failure experience. Let me repeat that. One's most significant personal growth is likely to come through a failure experience. I have lived a very blessed life. I mentioned my father, but I am the product of loving, college-educated parents. I had, from an early beginning, love for learning, and I always strived to be a high academic achiever. Following my dream and my plan, I went off to the University of Wisconsin at Madison in pursuit of a PhD in economics. At the end of the first year, the new doctoral students were required to take what was called a preliminary examination. It was an examination of economic theory that all students had to pass en route to earning the PhD. And so, along with about 45 other young men and women, I took that exam. We waited some 3 weeks from taking that written examination to get the results from the faculty members. The results came in an envelope that had been sealed and placed in the graduate student mailboxes there in the department. And as students were opening their envelopes, I opened my own. And much to my surprise, it said failed. For the first time in my life, I had failed something. It was a new experience for me. It was one which hurt me deeply. It was one which was embarrassing, quite honestly. Not only did my classmates know that I had failed, but I had to go home to my wife and tell her that I had failed that exam. Well, it so happened that I wasn't the only one who had failed, and this is something that had been planned for other people as well. And so there was a second opportunity to take this exam. It was given again the following fall. So I took my classes, prepared to take that theory exam, that preliminary examination, a second time. But always being one to work hard, to give it my best, I redoubled my efforts at preparing for that exam. I hadn't slighted preparation the first time around, but I redoubled my effort in preparing for the second sitting for that examination. Took it, it was a half-day exam, passed in the papers. 3 weeks later, the envelopes came back. This time I took the envelope away from other folks and opened it, and to my shock and chagrin, it said, fail once again. So at that point, it had moved beyond the point of simply not achieving a goal, but I had to raise the question, how am I going to support my family? That was my plan, to be a professor of economics, to go back to Texas and serve on a faculty somewhere and live happily ever after. And obviously that goal was now in serious jeopardy. The question was, what do I believe? Who am I at the core? How will I take care of my family? I was crushed. So I said, I've done all that I can do. I don't know anything else that I can do. But at that point, I realized that there was one more action that I could take. I could turn my problems over to God in prayer. That was a significant turning point in my life and led me directly to the path that has put me here before you today. I had set for myself and was pursuing a very high goal, earning a PhD in economics from one of the best universities in the country and one of the best economics programs in the country. I had done all that I could do to achieve that goal and had run into a seemingly insurmountable wall. I reached a point where I had to ask myself who I was and where I could find the strength that I needed. If you haven't already done so, you too will reach a point like that in your lives. You will be forced to come face to face with who you are and what you believe. When you do, I hope that you will find the right answers for yourself, answers that will help you to persevere and to overcome. Think about these examples of what I'm talking about. Michael Jordan, some of you have heard of him. Reputed to be the finest basketball player who ever lived. I know LeBron might question that and have something to say about it, but he is reputed as such by many. Well, the story goes that Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. You've heard that. Let me tell you, it's not true. Michael Jordan wasn't cut from his high school basketball team. He was a sophomore, and he was trying out for the varsity, and he didn't make the varsity. He was placed on the JV, the junior varsity. And the coach said the reason was that he needed some size on that high school team, and the guy who got the slot that Michael would have gotten was 6'7". Michael was 5'10" at the time. Point is, he still reached for and did not succeed at something that he wanted. And so in that sense, he had failed. But there are other examples which I think are more poignant. Henry Ford, known as the man who invented the automobile and who created the first successful assembly line and set a model that is still being followed in many places today. Before he succeeded at creating Ford, he failed at creating two other automobile companies. Not one, but two failures. And now we all know that Ford is an enduring company. Though they just fired the CIO, it's a company that is doing well. Perhaps an example that is more familiar to you, Oprah Winfrey. Some of you have heard of her. Billionaire, queen of daytime television, actress extraordinaire. Did you know that Oprah Winfrey, in her first television experience as an anchor in Baltimore, was fired from that anchor job because her supervisor said she was, quote, unfit for TV. She had a failure in her life. The last example I'll give is Sidney Poitier. I'm tempted to call for Carol or some of his Honda College All-Star teammates to tell us who Sidney Poitier is. Some of you may not know, but he is an actor. He is a black man who was the first recipient of an Oscar, first black recipient of an Oscar, an actor extraordinaire. At his first audition, Poitier was told by the casting director, and this is a quote, "Why don't you stop wasting people's time and go out and become a dishwasher or something?" Needless to say, Poitier did not get that part. All of these people suffered a significant failure early in their lives. They leveraged those failures to tremendous future achievement. You can do the same thing. In conclusion, remember, have a plan and work your plan. Always strive to do your very best, for someone is always watching you, and you will be serving as a role model, whether you are doing so wittingly or unwittingly. And finally, prepare yourself to use your failures as launch pads for new opportunities. Finally, I want to tell you that your plans, your pursuit of perfection, and your resilience should all be centered around worthy goals. Not all goals, ladies and gentlemen, are worthy. How can you tell a worthy goal from one that is unworthy? Consider the following quotation from Viktor Frankl in his 1992 introduction to his book, Man's Search for Meaning. It's a book that he wrote about his experiences in concentration camps during the Holocaust. And I quote from Frankl, "Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you're going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue. And it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as a byproduct of one's surrender to another person other than oneself." I agree with Frankl. Your goal should not be success or happiness, but rather some cause greater than yourself or to some person other than yourself. Graduates of the class of 2017, we are all our brothers and sisters' keepers. Find meaningful ways to serve them and to make our world better. Thank you, and God bless you.
President Burnham, thank you so much for those inspirational words. We do have for you a gift that commemorates this activity today, and would ask you to come forward and receive it. The University Concert Band will now perform for our listening pleasure, Prelude and Rondo by David Hossinger.
Thank you, Dr. Wright and the University Concert Band.
Ordinarily, we would have the beginning of the conferring of the degrees. In special recognition to our fallen comrade, I need your complete cooperation, no hollering out, no calling names. Let us respect what we're about to do as we confer the degrees. We want to have special recognition to the Collins family. President Burnham. When you give us the respect, we'll give you the respect and continue the commencement.
We have come to the point in our ceremony where we will confer degrees upon our graduates. Today we begin with the posthumous degree conferral upon Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III. Richard Collins was certified by the faculty as having completed all requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration and was recommended for admittance to the department in which he was qualified. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and the University System of Maryland Board of Regents, I do hereby confer upon Richard Collins III posthumously the degree Bachelor of Arts with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and cause him to be vested with the hood appropriate to this degree. At this time, I ask the family of Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III and his fellow Second Lieutenant commissionees to proceed to the stage to receive Lieutenant Collins' hood and degree.
You may be seated. Will the candidate for the degree Doctor of Science in Computer Science please rise? Mr. President, this candidate for the degree of Doctor of Science in Computer Science is recommended by the faculty for admittance into the community of scholars through the conferring of the degree.
Upon recommendation of the faculty, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and the University System of Maryland, I do hereby confer upon you individually the degree Doctor of Science in Computer Science, with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may proceed to the stage with your faculty escort to be vested with the hood appropriate to this degree.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership please rise? Mr. President, these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership are recommended by the faculty for admittance to the community of scholars through the conferring of the degree.
Upon recommendation of the faculty, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and the University System of Maryland, I do hereby confer upon you individually the degree Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may proceed to the stage with your faculty escort to be vested with the hood appropriate to this degree.
Testing.
Testing.
Donna S. Barito. Pathway to the Presidency, a phenomenological qualitative study of the lived experiences of women of color presidents at historically black colleges and universities.
Trelonda Beckett. Politics and Prose, an examination of the career trajectories and experiences of women of color at state departments of education.
Yolanda J. Brown. An examination of parental involvement and the academic achievement of Latino females in urban middle schools.
Tafiq Adams. A qualitative analysis determining the relationship of principal leadership styles on teachers' job satisfaction at different career stages.
We'd just like to mention our first doctorate honoree, Nathaniel Nana Kojo Taylor, Error Resilient Redell Agent and Multi-Channel Networks.
Will the candidates for master degrees please rise? Mr. President, may I present the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, and Master of Science in Nursing. These candidates have been certified by the faculty as having completed all requirements for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, or Master of Science in Nursing, and are recommended for admittance with specification according to the degree in which they have qualified.
Upon recommendation of the faculty, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and the University System of Maryland, I do hereby confer upon you individually the degree Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, or Master of Science in Nursing, with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and cause you to be vested with the hood appropriate to this degree.
Graduates, please turn to your right. Pass your hood. And hood one another. Mr. President, graduates receiving their master's degree are prepared to receive their diplomas. Graduates, please advance to the stage as your names are called.
Wanda Renee Howard.
Tala Abdul-Rahman Al-Qassid with honors.
Blessing Okokpor.
Vanzella McQueen.
Leroy Sapp.
Agatha Ukebu.
Danita Vashon.
Ralph Jerome Williams, Jr.
Tamara Matthews.
Maria Adibola.
Marjorie Gross.
Catherine Alumba.
Oluola Damilola Owosela.
Grace Elizabeth Simmons.
Christopher Gibson.
Kaylin T. Coghill.
Jasmine Street.
Afnan Kuj.
Shaquita Alston.
Isa Chantel Macy Martinez.
Sierra Vines.
Tara Lene Robbs.
Myron Barton.
Ursil D. Goddard.
Alexia Roy.
Ashley Renee Smith.
Danielle Dorch.
Eukarya Ininya.
Erica Rooks.
Kendrick Dante Williams.
Janae Snowden.
Deborah Craig Bassard.
Mary Harrison.
Ferris Alaskar.
Keela Burton.
Mohammed bin Mahfouz.
Ibrahim Al-Sharif.
Charles Jonathan Williams.
Jasmine York.
Carolyn Ann Williams Sims with honors.
Nikia Brewer.
Manal Abdullah Durdidha.
Daphne Nisbet.
Iman Ali M. Al-Nazi.
Cynthia Onyango.
Elizabeth Bukola Tunde Ilori.
Samson Adigbile.
Olusewa Ikanade.
Abiodun Akinumi.
Nakita Reddy Vadula.
Samuel Owahimo Jr.
Rosemary Kirin Emmanuel Gonda.
Tolulope Atanda.
Nicholas Timothy Brumont.
Joan Abaziwa.
Tran Chow.
Chibokem Ilechuku.
Sivaskagar Kalagara.
Vasha Reddy.
Isaiah O. Udubar.
Kenyatta Lee.
Enora Sylvester Ohio Sika.
Dorothy Bell.
Kayla Sorter.
Scott Flipping.
Afria Janelle Dickerson.
Lenice Jones.
Christopher Townsend.
Zachary Blakeney.
Meso Aaron Cotton.
Ugochi Ijoma.
Sharame Danielle Fortune.
Haula Rama.
Shatira Stitt.
Ashley Williams.
Veronica Michelle Dawson Walker.
Lenwood Hunter.
Kylie Christina Darbuz.
Carl Wilson.
Maisha Nicole Russell.
Dwayne Carl Scott.
Ramon Murphy.
Shanika Pelzer.
Hermaya Conti.
Kendall Jefferson.
Patricia Alexis Macy.
Jeffrey Amponsa.
Ricardo Antonio Andrews.
Marnice Gales.
Hadiza A. Murray.
Lashana Lewis.
Sarah Lily Anderson.
Angelique Berryman.
Kelly Brinkley.
William Rolfe.
Marianne Guevara.
Jontia Brown.
Miriam Rashida Jackson.
Imani Hopewell.
Brielle Tia Hendricks.
Brianna Hodge.
Danielle Nicole Palmer.
Mikhail Miller.
Candace Makita Phillip.
Amber Montgomery.
Tyshawn McGee.
Ramania Morant.
Jasmine Lauren Turner.
Xiomara Medina.
Kaidi Malafi Nidai Jop.
Kiva Cole.
Paris Renee Stiles.
Chanmolika An.
Marissa E. Massey.
Kiara Hall.
Olivia Simone Jackson.
Tiara Armstrong.
Shibo G.
Nikia Williams.
Brittany Nicole Jenkins with honors.
Teresa Rose Disney.
William C. Jordan.
Shannon Hart.
Immaculate Odette.
Giovanna O'Brien.
Eric Thomas Newmeyer.
Leah Kinsey Thompson.
Oluwatosin Suwami. Omalola Fowler.
Oluwabunmi Oluwanyika.
Zainab Bundu.
Crystal Randall.
Michelle Antoinette Genko.
Marcela Montenegro.
Vanessa Renee Sanders.
Brenda Hill.
Masa Matavali.
Irene Opabajo.
Linda N. Okunwafo.
Andrea Michelle Starks.
Shayla Janae Burton.
Shazmin Ramsharan.
Krista A. Rollins.
Allison Griffith.
Kutsi to Tuk Tucker.
Dorcas Yahaya.
Gladys Wiafi Ondo.
Dora John Betts.
Alberta Deki.
Sheila Pokua.
Shapira Latia Payton.
Shanavia Patterson.
Ashley Vanessa Hall.
Candace Akinbar.
Second Lieutenant Talitha Ann Royster.
Leah Raynor.
John Donald Lundy III.
Brian Smith.
Sandy Renee Harling.
Lakeisha Howard.
Adrian Michelle Crowell.
Eaboale Olaya.
Nicole Denise Wheeler.
Dason Hall.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise? Mr. President, may I present the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. These candidates have been certified by the faculty as having completed all requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science and are recommended for admittance with specification according to the department in which they have qualified.
Upon recommendation of the faculty, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and the University System of Maryland, I do hereby confer upon you individually the degree Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and cause you to be vested with the hood appropriate to this degree.
Graduates, please turn to your right. Pass your hood. Hood one another. Turn to your left. Graduates, you may reverse your tassels. Mr. President, the deans of the academic colleges in which they have qualified will present the graduates for diplomas. Dean Okwa.
Graduates, please take your seats. Graduates, please take your seats. Will the graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Mr. President, the graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences are prepared to receive their diplomas. Graduates, please advance to the stage as your names are called.
Brent Randall Debnam.
Sorry. Okay. Mohammed Al-Dosari.
Abdul Rahim Arlaheli.
Whitney Willer.
Patience India Roman.
Chanel Fabian Liggins.
DeAndre Cole.
Jeremy Berner.
Imani Swinton. Devin Walter Harris.
Tayara Cox.
Matthew William Johnson.
Bianca D. Roy.
Jasmine Ebony Rogers.
Alexis Abiakam.
Trayvon Malik Dennis.
Jason Bursico.
Shanice
Shane.
Brighthop.
Shane Daniels.
Samuel Theodore Joseph Tucker.
Hadiza Njoya.
Lieutenant Julia D. Harrell.
Roman A. Hope.
Kerala Ashkar. Amani Anai McLaurin.
Oluwaseun Olajide Oni.
Harry Ian Lorenzo.
Brianna Fletcher.
Jessica E. Watson.
Maya Toy.
Aaron Philip Jenkins.
Chanel L. Johnson.
Marco Willie Choice.
William Obendarko Jr.
Naia Sargent.
Mia Simone Watson.
Brittany Trinae McKinney.
Donald Frazier Jr.
Indra Katual.
Kamal Clark.
Sierra Lexis Barnett.
Antea A. Moran.
That's easy. Nicole Ramirez Hernandez.
Emerald Magic Randall.
Asia Nichelle Brown.
Sienna Wallace.
Jewel Elise Anderson.
Mary Abeson.
Kayla Chantel Bruner.
James T. Potts III.
Brittany LaShawn Paylor.
Natalie Ahinakwa.
Takira Shanae Stokes.
John Russell Edwards.
Darnasia Kiana Johnson.
Sierra Hall.
Monica Martinez.
Oretha A. Manu.
Kelsey J. Hobson.
Muna Nemli.
Megan Cheryl-Ann Hodge.
Jordan Stanhope.
Kavina Monique Queen.
Kelsey Wages.
Dion Marcellus Wren.
Daquan Chase.
Bennett B. Gamble.
Dominique Mason Brooks.
Frank Joseph Callender Brito.
Demetrius Duane Brown.
Angelique Antoinette Wilson.
Denora D. Murray.
Joshua Aaron Hunter.
Jalen Gaskins Isley.
Brian Michael Redmond.
Deontay Ricardo Jordan.
Jeff Too Funny M. Walker. Destiny N. Owike.
Brian Kelly.
Atia Burgos.
Imani M. Davy. Gregory Foster.
Brittany Danielle Thomas.
Which one do you want? Kayla Rayford.
Carol Reed III.
Osama A. Alhamdi.
Jalil Dante Bennett.
Ethan Ray Costes.
Emmanuel Uzizi Osorta.
Derek Addo.
Leroy Battle Jr.
Sophia R. Barden.
Brianna Nichelle Hicks.
Corey W. Matthews.
Brandon Barber.
Stephanie R. Nickens.
Daria Sasha Menace.
Blondine Simone Lees.
Chaz DeAndre Kibler.
Nicholas C. Rogers.
Arius Olivia Thomas.
Brett T. Covington.
Ronell S. Brown.
Cyree M. Davis.
Gary Manuel Cropper.
Jamil R. Lee.
Robert Allen Burke.
Lastenia Hernandez.
Raven Ford.
Letitia D. Brown.
Shannon Numai Jones.
Michael Gainey.
Nicole Akpala.
Akeem Ramon Adams.
Angelia Marie Thompson.
Danielle Keener.
Triniqua Lachey Dickey.
Corinthia P. Hayes.
Jory Elizabeth Cook.
Second Lieutenant Sierra L. Campbell.
Second Lieutenant Alfred Forbes Abramson IV.
Leon Sparks.
Ernest Livers.
Alexandria Brame.
Nubia Nzinga Mateen.
Jarrett E. Davis.
Jessica Yvonne Galloway.
Keisha J. LaRue.
Jessica Renee Perry.
Martin A. Mitchell.
Crystal Lambert.
Durrell L. Davis.
Angelise Aviana Davis.
Ishmael Tarawali.
Isata Sita Sise.
Kishana I. Lemkins.
Jasmine Monet Mallard.
Imani Nishay Dorsey.
Fanan Tesfaye.
Anthony T. Edwards.
Dominique Valencia Casey.
Kanae DeShields.
Shayna Page Walker.
Casman A. Moses.
Sonye Minlee Cooper.
Brittany West.
Enkindalum Indum.
DeAndre D. Dillard.
Haley Veronica Allen.
S.A. Coley.
Amber Holly Peters.
Natalie S. Ebanks.
Ada Uhigwo.
Christopher Young Warner.
Adonjaset Inyang.
Chukwemeka F. Ukandu.
Rachel Funmilola Oshikowa.
Rashidat Kemimomo.
Stephen C. Williams.
Andrea Harris.
Akeem Baramosi.
Is that it? We're done? You want to take a break? No, I'm okay. Thank you. Congratulations.
Will the graduates in the College of Business please rise? President Burnham, graduates in the College of Business are prepared to receive their diplomas. Graduates, please advance to the stage as your names are called.
Christina R. Wall.
Lynette Logan.
Brian Johnson.
Ruth Bada.
Omolara Afolabi.
Monica Jolisa Green.
Didn't you come here? Kiana Ashley Barrett.
Sharice Stona.
Shamia L. Nixon.
Marquita Jasmine Davis.
Jahi Malik Hamilton.
Chunawike Unuwaku.
Darius Aaron.
Julian Livingston.
Lace T. Coleman.
Torrin Michael Barnes.
Austin J. Riggins.
Danette Lynn Thomas.
Tina T. Nguyen.
Magnolia Adin Fru Boma.
Benjamin Rodney Wright.
Marianne Uzukwu.
Pewele Toure.
Janae B. Tyler.
Jamad Shaquille Jackson.
Hannah Eugenia Williams.
Joseph Fern.
Demonia DeVale Jackson.
Kanan William Ezel.
Damaris Monet Young.
Khalil Kwan Chambers.
Malena Hansford.
Denise Page.
Michael Kobina Banson.
Elliot R. DuBose.
Terrell Devin Harrison.
Sydney Lauren Epps.
Madison Michael.
Taylor Beckett.
Kanisha Terrell Jennifer.
Corvante Morales.
Dwayne Andrew West Point.
Desmond Delonte Cross.
Terica Keishelle Walker.
Imani Thompson.
Synovia Tania Jacob.
Sierra Elaine Davis.
Raven Mathis.
Aziza Joy Kelly.
Davon Davis.
Ashlyn Shanae McCoy.
Alexis N. Stewart.
Delisha Ann Holmes.
William Douglas Sands.
Patricia Chinda.
Dwayne W. Short.
Imaje Graves.
Bobby G. Enoch III.
Tope Olusoga.
Dorothy Duomo.
Andre Antonio Walker.
Fatumata Bokum.
Anahi Ramos.
Ali Mohammed Aswan.
Chantel Bradley.
Whitney Janae White.
Dana and Melissa Bryan. Malik J. Mickens.
Congratulations. 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 Congratulations, brother. Oh, thank you. That's right.
Will the graduates of the College of Education please rise? Mr. President. The graduates of the College of Education are ready to prepare to receive their diplomas. Please advance to the stage as your names are called.
Jordan Michaela. Jordan Michaela Brock.
Tunisha Marie Elizabeth Davis.
Kelly Reed Kraus.
Rashika LaShawn Cooper.
Carol Ann Washington.
Chelsea B. Jones.
Breland Cyan Williams.
Alexis Shantae Hawkins.
Ariana Giovanni Bees.
Antonice D. Washington.
Denisha Lisa Marie Cranfield.
Brooke Michelle Henderson.
Janae N. Brown.
Faith Joelle Sykes.
Terrell Mitchell Frazier.
Joshua Markel Davis Stokes.
Jessica A. White.
Luna Jefferson.
Will the graduates in the College of Professional Studies please stand? Mr. President, the graduates of the College of Professional Studies are prepared to receive their degrees. Graduates, please advance to the stage as your names are called.
Aaliyah Iman Parker.
Ziandra Johnson.
Cassandra Denise Daniels.
Felicia Christina Page.
Emmanuel Ademola Bejobi.
Courtney Collins.
Janae Ralia Ibrahim.
Christine Boyd Johnson.
Ashley Michael Jones.
Daisha Brelan Ali.
Felicia Ekundeyo Gilpin McFoy.
Margaret Kamara.
Cordelia Kichi Ohaka.
Kafomdi Josephine Okocha.
Oluwatobi
Abibatu Kamara.
Chumikon Mobo.
Abibatu Kamara.
Christina Leah Kirk.
Miche Sean Anthony.
Erica Ashley McCreary.
Devin Marie Blow.
Ayinde Bakari Michael Kinsu.
Josephine Oduntum.
Brandon Miller Woodruff.
Ifetayo Aldin.
Georgia Amim Edit.
Zenobia Unique Cole.
Aaron Alexander Park Proctor.
James O.C. Fryson IV.
Jordan Jerome Garrison.
Andrea Gibson.
Crystal Amanda Carmichael.
Danielle Aye Mormon.
Antiana Ellis.
Lakisha Lee Lucas.
Kiana A. Chaplin.
Mary Elizabeth Antoinette Barkus.
Antonio Nicholas Dixon.
Stephanie Harris.
Lakeisha Sharon Brown.
Alexis McNair.
Candace Mariah Jones.
Jasmine Cachet Matthews.
Tiana Charday Cromarty.
Ebony Simone Williams.
Carla R. Thomas.
Amira Davis.
Bridget Maria Hawkins.
Sherry Jenkins Suleiman.
Cam-Marie Bianca Porter.
Jasmine Renee Simpkins.
Sasha Bailey.
Ellen Schramm.
Francisca Julefek Atim.
Temitope Esther Adekoya.
Mariah Rogers.
Bonnie K. Williams.
Numopre Pamela Roberts.
Paris Maki Rawlings.
Brianna Amanda Elias.
Chelsea Nicole Reed.
Karmati Neema Isel.
Ashley Renee Stripling.
Michelle R. Stagg.
Lashonda Charisse Kirkland.
Brittany Nicole Thomas.
Cynthia A. Tangolem.
Patricia Tawaya Narte.
Larry W. Sanders Jr.
Rashidat Olami Bello.
Kelvina Lenora Marshall.
Sarah Lynn Muchler.
Marilyn Montoya.
Arika Lakira Brown.
Rachel Eubanks.
Whitney Nicole Porham.
Alexis Renee Pendleton.
Jaquita Ashe West.
Delvin Andrew Owens.
Jessica Angelica Harvin.
Brianna Dominic Anderson.
Ashley Aaliyah Rivas.
Taylor Jackson.
Monet Simone Felix.
Kayla Ballard.
Yes, ma'am. Karina Maria Sanchez.
Yasmin L. Jordan.
Rachel Jones.
Alicia C. Grant.
Adrielle B. Brisbane.
Shanette Powell.
Felicia Renee Jones.
Brittany Adel Perry.
Malcolm Christopher Richardson.
Giovanna Cornelius.
Belu Padre Cabo Kenam.
Tyree D. Steverson.
Stefan Maurice Rice.
Philip Andrew Stokes.
Darlena Lavinette Perry.
Courtney Therese Robinson.
Donna Alicia Surratt.
Jennifer L. Sabatar.
Lakeisha Lynn Hurt.
Tierra Michelle Robinson.
Joy D. Burley.
Catherine Elizabeth Staples.
Logan Dimitri Hewitt.
Serena H. Crumlin.
Olusegun Victor Olademije.
Jongwe Eben.
Robin Teresa Horsey.
Kenley Anglade.
Dwayne Edward Johnson II.
Kevin Hoye.
Kevin Deontay Simpkins.
Osasu Desmond Osaji.
Mikael Andre.
Romanus Atanga.
Amani Alexis Jones.
Shanice Chantal Townsend.
Tiffany Chatora Bright.
Jewel Francine Duncan.
Latasha Johnson.
Shahira Atia Johnson.
Ariana Lindo.
Asia Springer.
Letitia Ty Graham.
Jessica Ellis Heron.
Amechi Imelda Olumba.
Chioma Nwachukwu.
Stephanie Asama Tanto.
Chioma Onwakpa.
Abang Anseng Mia.
Darren Garvey.
Demiria Nashe Grael.
Precious T. Wellington.
Danielle Gardner.
Alexander Sharnice Keene.
Tanisha Janelle Wallace.
Michael Dorian Govan.
Brianna Karen Brown.
Gabrielle Noel Coles.
Shakita Kiana Branch.
Kenja Janae Lewis.
Ronald David Hernandez.
Sierra Kristen Bookhart.
Akeishan Joan Brooks.
Sierra Tiana Thompson.
Monique Lakeisha Taylor.
Octavia Smith.
Diamond Yvette Davis.
Olubukola Ojulape.
Kevin Douglas Reed.
Jada Renee Jeffers.
Austin Blair Phillips.
Lyric Seymour.
Sarita LaRae Bailey Wilson.
Brianna Nicole Williamson.
Brittany Nicole Johnson.
Kiana Antonice Oliver.
Bobby Brichet Jones.
Taylor Charmaine Edwards.
Gregory Tyrone Wright Jr.
Ashley Danielle Domek.
Simone Antoinette Moloch.
Nia Imani Rutherford.
Ashley Nicole Wade.
Tashira Janae Bloom.
Natasha I. Smith.
Adiat Fumilayo Saba.
Mariah Roberts.
Compton G. Saul.
Dexter Patel White.
Howie Fita Damesa.
Gabriel Ajiwe.
Ajovi Odilone Awovi.
Kelly No Ball.
I need your card. Sol James.
Angelica Adriana Worley.
Magdalene Ashley Atlas.
Solomon Abraha Genesu.
Brittany K. Davis. Yvette Victoria Zelaya.
Lynette Iori Elo.
De la Huse. Denzel De La Huse.
Rachel Nicole Thomas.
Imani Laura Newbill.
Temitope Adapo.
Stephen K. Ezimoha.
Eugenia Sawa Kisi.
Adeline Takong Mangwa.
Nicole Mena Karoma.
Caroline Jerry Monene.
Christiana Danielle Herbe.
Shamel Tanstall.
Yvonne Mantiao.
Christine Jodianne Gilchrist.
Cashmere Hayes.
Roslyn Maya Rogers.
Jaquan Ramel Perry.
Tari Melanie Arbe.
Kimberly Howes.
Calvin Kumi Jamfi.
DeAndre Sherman Jolly.
Jesse Lawrence Owusu.
Provost Jackson will now recognize our commission officers and senior honor graduates.
We are proud of the sacrifices made by our servicemen and women, and we know that Bowie State University, ROTC, has been instrumental in producing leaders in all branches of the military. On Thursday, May 18, 2017, the following students received their commissioning. If you would, please, just hold it down for a few more minutes. Second Lieutenant Alfred Abramson IV, please stand. Second Lieutenant Sierra L. Campbell. Second Lieutenant Julian D. Harrell. And Second Lieutenant Talitha Royster. Congratulations on a job well done. We know that you will serve with honor and distinction. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now pleased to present the honor graduates for the class of 2017. The names of the graduates appear in the program. With those graduates listed in the program under academic recognition, please stand. These graduates have transferred to Bowie State University and have earned 30 to 59 credits with a GPA of 3.5 to 4.0. Thank you. The graduates listed in the program under Latin honors have earned 60 or more credits at Bowie State University while maintaining a GPA of 3.5 to 4.0. With those graduates listed as cum laude, please stand. These graduates have cumulative grade point averages of between 3.5 and 3.64. With those graduates listed on the magna cum laude, please stand. These graduates have cumulative grade point averages between 3.65 and 3.84. And now, will those graduates listed as summa cum laude, please stand. These graduates are graduating with the highest honor and have averages between 3.85 and 4.0. This year, we are honored to announce that we have 4 students graduating with perfect 4.0 GPAs. As I call your name, please stand. Michelle Anthony, psychology. Sophia Barton, theater with minors in history and psychology. Devin Blau, psychology. Darnisha Johnson, communications. And Aris Thomas, communications. Let's give these 4.0 students the round of applause they deserve. Thank you for a job well done.
It is the alumni of an institution that must ensure the ongoing success of that institution through its support both materially and physically. We are very proud of the alumni of Bowie State University, and so we are pleased to give special recognition today to the members of the class of 1967 who are here with us. Would the members of the class of 67 please stand? Thank you for being here. Newest alumni of Bowie State University, as you depart with feelings of both joy and sadness, I ask you to remember 3 things. Number 1, our mission at Bowie State University has been to give you programs and experiences that would broaden your knowledge base and skill across disciplines to ensure and enable you to think critically, value diversity, and become effective leaders. That was the university's mission, and we have achieved it. You are prepared to be leaders. You now understand that leadership means giving your very best in every endeavor and thinking about and serving others. I urge you to remember the following. A college education is great, but as Millard Fuller said, quote, "It's what you do with your life that counts," end quote. Your Bowie State education is a launching pad which can empower you to do more with your life than you would have otherwise. Use it well. To reinforce these points, I like to use the words of John Wesley, and I quote, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can." End quote, John Wesley. Second thing to remember is to carry with you always the flame of faith and the torch of truth. Now, faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. Maintain faith in yourself, faith in the preparation for life that has been imparted to you by Bowie State University, faith that you can make a positive difference in this world. Carrying with you the torch of truth will mean always striving for excellence and living with integrity. Carrying the torch of truth will also mean traveling on a never-ending journey in the quest for knowledge, also known as lifelong learning. And finally, remember always that Bowie State University is your alma mater. It has contributed to building the foundation upon which you will base the rest of your lives. Bowie State has provided you with a college education, and with it, you have no limits. We will expect you to tell others about your positive experiences at BSU, to visit us often, to send us good students, and to contribute your money generously so that the students who follow you may have even more opportunities in the future. I end with this quote from Garrison Keillor: "Be well, do good work, and keep in touch." I bid you Godspeed. To officially induct the class of 2017, into the Bowie State University Alumni Association, alumnus Mr. Ricardo Mitchell, who is president of the National Alumni Association, will come and initiate the rite of induction to our most recent alumni, Mr. Mitchell.
All right, good afternoon. Dr. Burnham, First Lady Burnham, distinguished platform guests, faculty, administrators, staff, parents, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2017. I am joined today by members of the Bowie State University National Alumni Association's Board of Directors and Executive Board. My task today is to formally induct you into Bowie State University's National Alumni Association and offer you free membership for 1 year in the association. But before I ask you to join me in reciting the alumni pledge, I'd like to offer a few remarks. And let me take a second to acknowledge somebody's presence here. Judge Sheila Tillerson Circuit Court Administrative Judge, Judge Tillerson, it is great to see you. As we depart this place today, and you set forth on your journey to build your lives by starting your careers, finding that special person to share your life and times with, raising children, and assisting with the guiding of your families, don't forget Bowie State. It is, after all, your home away from home. For the last few years, Bowie State has been and was your priority. It has been the place where new friendships and acquaintances have been made. Your abilities, both physically and mentally, have been tested. And yes, even new romances have bloomed. For over 152 years, this beautiful and magnificent institution of higher education has been the beacon for all who have sought enlightenment. Born in the basement in a church in Baltimore to educate former slaves, relocated to the township of Bowie in 1911, titled the School for Colored People, a normal school, a teacher's college, a liberal arts college, and finally, a university. Bowie State has endured. Over the years, the presidents of our alma mater have come and gone, each leaving an indelible mark of achievement. They all fought gallantly for adequate state funding. They have expanded the undergraduate and graduate programs, advanced degree programs, including doctoral degrees. Now let me take a moment to offer my special thanks to Dr. Mickey L. Burnham, the 9th president of Bowie State University. As his tenure closed, he has created an enduring legacy of accomplishments by advancing Bowie State's global reach, including a more diverse international student population, modernizing the campus with new buildings and facilities, consistently growing new student populations, and increasing the university's graduation rates. These accomplishments rank his tenure as Bowie State Chief Executive Officer unmatched. These improvements, both nurturing the mind and housing the body, would not have happened without his leadership. Dr. Burnham, the Alumni Association, and all of its students, faculty, and staff owe you a debt of gratitude. Thank you very much. And through the years, the National Alumni Association has stood shoulder to shoulder and has remained a steadfast partner with the university. As we celebrate our 78th year as an association, we aspire to contribute more. We look forward to growing our membership base and expanding our reach across the nation and indeed across the world by bringing online more diverse alumni structures, including virtual alumni chapters, interest-based chapters, and international chapters. As alumni, we have an unyielding responsibility to ensure that our alma mater's legacy remains. We must continue to do our part by giving back to Bowie, contributing time, energy, and most importantly, money. We know that when your days get long and your challenges grow weary and your finances become tighter, Bowie State will no longer be the priority it once was. But don't forget her. Remember, this is your home, and forever and always. For as much as we need your financial support, we need your voices and your talents. You will become her next leaders. You are the newest ambassadors in a long list of lifetime ambassadors whose financial contributions are numbered in the hundreds of thousands and whose time and energy can never be measured. They help to provide a way for students, unknown, unrelated to them, to receive funds which enable them to continue their educational pursuits. This is a historic legacy, passed from one generation of Bowie State alumni to another. From the former slaves who only had pennies and nickels to give to ensure educational opportunity for kids yet unborn, they help to provide a way for you. Surely you can do the same. So inspired and moved, Charlotte B. Robinson penned these words over a century ago. There's a spot in my heart that never grows cold. There's a place in my memory that never grows old. There's a prayer on my lips that'll ever be true to God and my country, to Bowie State, my school. And so, the class of 2017, Bowie State University, you must pick up the flame of faith and carry the torch of truth to continue to guide the steps of our youth. Bowie State University graduating class for 2017, would you please rise? And please recite our alma mater's alumni pledge. Please repeat after me. We, the graduates of Bowie State University, pledge to advance the mission and uphold the historical significance of this great institution. Therefore, we pledge to continue to grow intellectually, politically, socially, and spiritually. And we commit to support our alma mater financially. I didn't hear that. What'd you say, Ann? Financially. And we pledge our undying loyalty to BSU. Congratulations, Bulldogs. Black and gold forever.
Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. We are about to close our ceremony, and we request that all guests be seated after the singing of the alma mater. We will now stand for the singing of the alma mater and the retiring of the colors.
right, right, color guard, halt. Left, face. Retrieve the colors. Right, face. Mark time. March, left, 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 right, forward, march, left,